It's a pretty good bet that you own something from, or at least something reminiscent of, IKEA. IKEA is perhaps the world's foremost expert at producing and distributing inexpensive furniture and decorative home goods, and teaching people how to outfit small spaces to feel more like nicer digs than they'd otherwise be. IKEA sells gazillions of dollars of their remarkably acceptable stuff, and they aren't the worst place to grab a quick snack while you're shopping. IKEA is, however, looking like a really bad citizen of the internet this week after sending a cease and desist letter to one of their fans, whose crime had been to profit off IKEA's trademarks. That's a quote. That fan, who it doesn't seem was turning very much of a profit, if at all, obeyed the Swedish giant's edict, and right now IKEAhackers.net is in limbo. And note that the link there may or may not work for you. Note also that the owner of IKEAhackers.net makes it clear that he's a fan and not in any way associated with IKEA. How clear? He says this: IKEA does not pay me, nor is this site, their idea, or in any way sanctioned or endorsed by IKEA. This is purely a fan-run website. And note also, IKEA has shown a love for social media in the past. This move is mind-boggling. Well, lots of things go into this story. All of them are about business change, some about social media, and the real point is that in a world where your business change growth is largely dependent on your adroitness dealing with people who'd like to be your evangelists, wielding trademarks, patents, and copyrights like the axes they're too often used as is a big, big mistake. Did anyone say co-opetition? In true what are they thinking, like the NFL style, IKEA has decided that in order to defend its trademark, it should tell a fan using IKEA art to stop using its logo, its name, pictures of IKEA products, etc. And let's be clear, IKEA has both the right and obligation to protect its assets. Problem is, aside from the fact that by playing along, as it has for several years, it may have invalidated those trademarks anyway, the idea of trademark defense includes the likelihood that someone coming across your mark's use by someone else might believe it to be you. Note, I'm not an attorney, and I use that simplistic wording quite because of its simplistic-ness. No one's going to believe this person's IKEA. I do, however, consult on intellectual property, and while I believe in the idea, the environment that exists on the internet simply changes what matters, and for that matter, what you can do, and especially what you should. This act of bullying someone who is actually helping their business is, of course, unlikely to have any meaningful negative impact on the bottom line at IKEA, but that's only because IKEA is huge. It's achieved full-on influency. But what would happen to you if you opted for antagonistic behavior instead of finding a way to work with someone who was helping you out? Well, that's enough said. Want to talk about this influency stuff? I'm right here. I'm the Answer Guy, and I'll be back.